2 weeks. I'm glad it's this week. Thank you so much all for coming down. That was really surreal to think that was for and about me. To watch that was pretty weird. But especially I was shocked when I saw Freshie walk into training tonight. let alone Baz and Pronger, and really appreciate you coming down. As Ghosty said, we've been here a while. I think maybe just before Ghosty came, I don't know if you played.
I was 14, you were 12.
Steve Carson. Steve Carson was my first coach.
And
He used to cram and sort it, he used to cram, sort it up.
100%.
I love Steve, and he used to cram all of us into like a Kingsman station wagon, like the whole team, when we went to away games. And back in those days, this took a while to get to 500. Back in those days, we sort of played 8 or 10 or maybe 12 games, but it was all 2-day cricket. And I've obviously seen a lot of change in cricket generally, but certainly around Devon Meadows. This used to be a tin shed, as been said. I want to remember someone when I was a kid. I was from grade, say, 2 through till grade 5. I had a mate named Darren Howie, and only Ghost would remember this boy. And he used to muck around. He used to live around the corner when I lived in Browns Road. He lived in Facey Road, and we used to play around together. And by the time I'd started playing cricket here as a 10-year-old, he was dead. He died of leukemia, and he never had any life at all. And it didn't make an enormous impression on me at the time, being 10 years old, but over the years I've just thought, Jesus Christ, I am so lucky to have had the life that I've had, to have been able to play. He might have had a similar life had he lived, but to have gone the last 4 decades and a bit more playing cricket, I've just been so lucky to have done it at this club. There's been near on 1,000 players come through, and I think I've been the historian. I've got them all in a spreadsheet, and I look through it, and I think I've met about in excess of 800 of them. But I think some of the most important ones are obviously on the screen there. Guys that I played with, and great to have Baz here. He was one of the presidents here early in my career. So it's been absolutely magnificent club to play for, and I hope everyone appreciates that. We played at Clyde last week, the ones and us in the 4s, and a good club and everything, but the demographics certainly changed, whereas Devon Meadows is by and large still very, very similar in culture and in attitude and everything. We probably don't drink, we certainly don't drink and drive as much anymore, which is a great thing, because I reckon back in the day, there was barely a person in the room at training that hadn't done their brief at some point from drink driving, so we're all a bit wiser now. But I've got to say, appreciate all of the committee members over the years that have enabled the club to prosper for 55 years now, and I really must thank Nick, who I paid tribute to him not long ago when he stepped down from the presidency after an enormous impact as the president. I said at the time it was probably the most important individual effort anyone had put into this club over the course of in excess of 15 years. Obviously I had, not so much a wife, but I've had children fairly late in life, so any time I get to play cricket is generally a good time. I get to maybe relax a little bit more than I do at home sometimes. But to Nevin and my boys, I love you. Thank you so much for surprising me and being here and screaming out right through that. I'll obviously get to watch it all later. I think you picked up the highlight of my career, if there's one, was to get in Aldertree. I think his brother Lester had a ton that day. He's a better bat. But Noel Pronger was actually standing next to my mum as I was running into bowl and Ghost was keeping, and he was on 98, and I think the scorer was on the phone to someone and said, Noel's about to bring up his ton and Prong turned to my mum and said, no, he's not, Dog's about to bowl him, and sure enough, we did. So thank you, Trongo, whatever you you put the idea out there, and it paid dividends as we got up. Seeing Jeff Kennett up there, that was pretty bloody weird. The great loves of my life are obviously over there. But after my family and my friends, which are mostly in the club here, I look around and I just see all you guys who I consider friends. Some of you for a long time, and some of you fairly recently. But yeah, after my family, obviously this cricket club, and I have a soft spot for the Hawthorn Footy Club as well. And the people that come and watch us, like Joe and Popper, and Camel still comes and watches, but like to get him out there for a game again soon enough. Yeah.
Tough, Steve.
I've sort of thought about this leading into this day, this time. When should I retire? And like a good dart player, I could go out in 5:01, but I may as well keep going as long as I can.
You're addicted.
I would miss it too much. I am addicted to it. It's not really an achievement. I love playing cricket. I love this club. So I just want to say thank you all so much for just for the video, for everything. It was a bit of a shock tonight. I didn't think it was this week. And hopefully we can go out and salute on the weekend. I reckon we're a pretty good chance against P and Pakenham. We'll soldier on from there, and to all the other teams, best of luck, and I hope you can all get up on the win and we have a nice night here on Saturday night. I'm sorry if I've forgotten to thank any individuals, but I'll get round to you eventually over the course of the next 48 hours or so. But once again, thank you so much, really appreciate it. That's wonderful.
Yeah.